He done it once and it looks like he is about to do it again. Jonny Hayes has officially left Aberdeen and could be about to make a return to Celtic. Welcome back, guys, to Fall Football. Jonny Hayes has brought an end to his Aberdeen playing career for the second time in his lifetime. He's left Aberdeen again. He is now a free agent and he looks like he is set to return to Celtic, albeit this time not as a player but as a coach. So he's been linked with Celtic as a coach. It looks like he's going to get that job within the next 48 hours. Could he have been offered some sort of coaching role at Aberdeen? Possibly, but I mean, it makes sense for him. If Celtic are interested, why wouldn't you go to Celtic and be a coach there? More money, coaching better players, going to coach players to win more trophies. It just makes more sense. But Jonny Hayes did speak about leaving Aberdeen. He said it was an honour and a privilege. During his time, he made over 350 appearances for the club over the two spells. But now that his contract is officially expired, he has decided to leave the club. But he did pay tribute to Aberdeen with a message on the club's website. He says, quote, "It's been a privilege to represent this fantastic club. I've been fortunate to have played in many important games and of course play my part in delivering a trophy for the fans who have supported me incredibly throughout the years. I've always given my best both on and off the field and tried to uphold the values of Aberdeen Football Club. I also need to thank the club for giving me the opportunity to begin my coaching journey within the youth academy. The experience has been hugely rewarding, seeing the progress, development and success of the academy as a whole over the last few years. Although development is always a priority, being involved with the under-16s winning their CAS League last season, along with the current under-16s delivering success in the League and Cup this year, demonstrates there is some top talent coming through to complement the successful under-18 squad. The future is bright for the club, and although I won't be playing at Pittodrie anymore, I'll always be a supporter of the club and city, and I wish everyone associated with Aberdeen Football Club all the very best going forward." End of quote. So that is what Jonny Hayes had to say about his time at Aberdeen. And when you look back at the career of Jonny Hayes, for me, there is no doubt he played his best. His best performances came during that first stint at Aberdeen. He was a very good player for them, one of the key Aberdeen players. And at the time, I would argue he was one of the top players in the Scottish Premiership. He was right up there, especially outside of Celtic. You know, he was one of the top players. So he did his part. He helped Aberdeen win a League Cup. He also performed really well at Inverness, Caledonian Thistle. Obviously, his time at Inverness, those 3 seasons, earned him a move to Aberdeen. Had 100 appearances for Inverness, Caledonian Thistle and scored 25 goals. So yeah, that's a great return for Jonny Hayes. And then first into Aberdeen, 207 appearances, 29 goals. So, you know, he was good at getting goals, good at getting assists, despite playing as a winger and then sometimes playing as a wing back. He moved to Celtic though, 2017-18, and I mean, he was an okay Celtic player, but he just didn't really have the numbers. He didn't have the stats. 2 goals during his entire run at Celtic. I mean, that is poor. 67 appearances, 2 goals for Celtic. Not great. Moved back to Aberdeen. Second stint at Aberdeen. Played a lot more games. 145 appearances and 8 goals. But yeah, ever since he left Aberdeen, the first time he was being played more, I guess, in defensive positions, plus getting older, losing his pace. That seems to have affected his game, especially when it comes to contributing up the other end of the pitch with goals and assists. But look, I mean, Jonny Hayes, he's been a good player, no doubt about that. And I guess it's good for him that he's getting a coaching role. Could he have stayed on? I mean, possibly. He might have had to drop down to the Championship. Maybe he could have played for a lower league team, but he's 36 now. I think it's perfectly fine for him to, you know, want to just retire and go into a coaching role. So let's talk a little bit more about that. He is set to take up the coaching role at Celtic. The Irishman is expected to join the Hoops in a role that will see him assist B-team coach Stephen McManus and also helped with the under-18 squad, according to the Daily Record. And we already know, like I said, that Hayes has been at Celtic before. He has worked with Brendan Rodgers before. So, I mean, it just makes sense for Jonny Hayes. He wants to retire. He wants to call an end to his playing days, and now he gets a chance to go to the most successful team in Scotland, or is it joint? I think it's 108. Well, listen, it might not be the most successful team in Scotland, but they are clearly the best team in Scotland, and for the past 15 years, since the millennium, they have been the dominant side. There's no doubt about that. So it's a good move for Jonny Hayes. Can't really blame him here. He's probably getting a decent wee wage as well. So Jonny Hayes, good career in Scotland. Now he gets to go on and do a coaching role. Good for him. There you go, guys. That's it. Jonny Hayes, good for him. His team's not at the Euros, but hey, good for him. That's it. Catch you in the next one. Let's know your thoughts. Jonny Hayes, what would you rate him as a player? What would you rate his career? I'd say he has to. I would put him down. Is he an Aberdeen legend? I mean, no, I don't think legend is the correct term to use, but when you consider that he made over 350 appearances, he had 2 stints at the club, and he did win them, he helped win them the Scottish League Cup, which is Aberdeen's, I believe, last trophy since 1992. Maybe legend isn't the correct term, but he is one of Aberdeen's best players, for the past, 3 decades. There's no doubt about that. If you had to create an Aberdeen top 10 list, you would probably have to put Jonny Hayes on it. So there's no doubt he's been a good player, he's had a good career, and now he's away to coach, guys. There you go. That's it. Catch you in the next one. Let us know your thoughts on Jonny Hayes. Till then, though, peace.